You know, Music and Words Unite is only possible because of viewers and supporters like you. So please subscribe or you're going to make Mark cry.
Double bass incoming.
That part right there reminds me of...
I know what you're going to say, and I thought the same thing. Say it.
The ending of the instrumental section to Metropolis Part 1?
Yes!
Okay.
Yes!
Okay.
I was going to say that in the video, dude.
Okay.
Yep, that's tapping, guys. 1972. 6 years we've been looking for it, and Van Halen 1 came out.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Music and Words Unite. I am your co-host Troy, and with me I have my friend and co-host Mark. How you doing, Mark?
Hello there.
And today we are going to be doing a track-by-track album review of this lovely album, Foxtrot by Genesis. All right, Mark. Now, this was your request, meaning you wanted me to listen to this. So if this is your first time here, welcome. Mark and I do a lot of track-by-track album reviews, and usually one of us hasn't heard the album, or sometimes both. And we go and we listen to the album multiple times and take notes and then come back and play clips and discuss it like more like a podcast, but you get to hear my first-time review of it and some pseudo-reaction to it. So that's what's going to happen today. So, Mark, why did you want me to listen to this album?
Because I want you to hear the most influential prog band that's ever existed.
Okay.
Because you listen, Dream Theater is your favorite band of all time, and this is one
true.
of Dream Theater's biggest influences. So
Okay.
So
sure.
I think you should go back to the basics. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. All right. We should have another episode about most influential prog bands of all time. We can compare them, like Yes, Genesis, Rush, King Crimson. We go down the list.
Yeah.
But anyway, that could be a fun episode. All right. Well, I have never heard this album. In fact, I've never listened to a Genesis album in full. I mean, obviously, I've heard Genesis music before. But actually, I'm more familiar with some of Genesis' later music in the 80s and stuff like that. But I've heard songs here and there from the 70s. I can say this, though. I hadn't heard a single song from this album. So before listening to it, it was brand new to me. So I bought the vinyl used, and the pressing I got did not sound good, so I listened to it on streaming. And usually, I prefer vinyl, especially for the older music. But not in this case because the pressing sounded like crap. So anyway, well, to me, this is just a piece of art I have in my house now because I'll probably never listen to this vinyl again. All right. It was only $8 though. Well, why don't we get into the first song, which is Watcher of the Skies. It's so weird how it just kind of dies out, and then there's like another part that comes in. Every time it happens, it catches me off guard.
Nice crescendo.
So good, man. The groove of this part. That was a clip from Watch This, guys. If you want me to play any other parts, just let me know. So, especially when you go. But my review of this song. So something about me, Mark. I think I told you this earlier, but the audience doesn't know. I listened to this album from never hearing it to prepare for this episode 12 times. Actually, Mark, 13, because I listened to it one more time after we talked today. So I've heard it 13 times now. And I'm glad I did, actually, because the more I listened to it, the more I liked it. And it's like a lot of prog stuff, especially when you have a lot of odd time signatures and a lot of changes. The more you can get I think with like standard music, what I mean is non-prog music, your brain gets used to the patterns. So when the patterns hit, it sounds familiar, like especially in pop music or, standard music. But with prog music, it's like subverts your expectations all the time when you first listen to it. So your brain doesn't know how to like latch onto it right away, I think. So the more you listen to this stuff, the more it kind of sinks in to where it's going. Because then you learn new patterns in this music. So for me, though, what a great opening song. Let me say that. The Mellotron intro is like kind of sad sounding, and it's appropriate for the lyrics because from what I got out of it when I was looking at the lyrics, it seems like maybe an alien is kind of surveying humanity's doom or death or something. Like that's what I got out of it. Maybe I could be wrong, but yeah, I think destruction, maybe humanity's destruction. So it has this sci-fi element to it, but somberness to it, and maybe foreboding. And maybe it's like a little bit like, hey, we should watch what we're doing or else this is going to be the reality in the future, The time signature is really cool. I think it's like a bar of 8/8 and then 4/8. I did read online, somebody said it's an 8/4, but when I count it, it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, over and over and over again, basically. So sounds like 12/8 to me. But anyway, great. And that groove that I just stopped it on, man, that groove is great. And I wanted to give a shout out to the engineering, whoever engineered this. In fact, I actually have the name here. The producer is Dave Hitchcock, but I'm guessing maybe he engineered it. I don't know. Do you know who engineered this album?
John Burns.
John Burns. Okay, well, shout out to John Burns. Sounds really good. The bass and the drums together. The rhythm section on this album sounds amazing.
He did a couple Jethro Tull albums.
Okay. Very good. So for me, Mark, this was this is, put it this way, I do have a favorite song on this record. This is not my favorite song, but it is up there. I mean, there's only 6 songs on the record, right? So there's only really 5 because one's more of an interlude. But so out of the 5 full songs, this is, I don't know. I gotta wait till I get to the end to rank them, maybe. But
it's tough, man. It's tough.
Yeah, because I have a least favorite. So how about that? But overall, I thought this is a great song. This is a great opening song. Very clever because of the lyrics, because of the time signature. Great bass performance, drum performance, the mellotron, the keyboards and the mellotron going on, the Hammond organ, all that is great. In fact, I heard a note about that. Oh, sorry, I read a note about that, and they said that mellotron was purchased from King Crimson,
Yeah.
called the Black Bitch, is what they called it,
That's right.
because it was super unreliable.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
I think the
another about
mellotron
that.
in general was just not a very good instrument. I think it was hard to get in tune and stuff, and it was just not good.
Okay, I see. But whenever they did works, because it's all over this album from what I remember listening to it. And it has such a nice melancholy feel to it. Maybe that's why it's called the mellotron. I don't know. But it has a nice melancholy feel to it. And in fact, kind of a side note, and then I'll hand it over to you, Mark. That mellotron was used on Melancholy and Infinite Sadness intentionally in a few songs. And he went and found an original one from the 70s and used that. So yeah, great instrument, great song. What did you think about this song, Mark?
I mean, this is a Genesis classic. This is
Okay.
I think up until even like the Phil Collins like 80s era, they still played this song every show that they ever had.
Okay. Right.
This is one of like the staple like Peter Gabriel era songs.
Okay.
Just because I think like even though it has a lot of tempo changes and chord like very like odd time signatures and you know, I still think it's like one of their more accessible songs from this era. Given that like it's it's catchy in parts too, and it's
Yeah.
got good grooves and his vocal performance is excellent. I mean Peter Gabriel's just a genius, man. I love his vocals so much, and that's not even taking away from Phil because I love Phil too. I'm a Phil and Pete stan, both of them. Basically just two different bands in my eyes, honestly. Um, if you're in the mood for more pop stuff, you listen to the later Genesis stuff. If you're in the mood for more art rock stuff, you listen to the early stuff. But this is a classic Genesis song, one of the best of the era. What a start to the album. Easily the best. I think, some people will say Dancing Out with the Moonlit Night is better from Selling England by the Pound. I disagree. While that's a great song, I think this is the best album opener. It sets the mood for the whole album. Like you said, it's very like melodramatic. It's got great Hammond organ. The Mellotron intro is classic. It's got a great like super emotional ending. Just everything, man. This is a Genesis classic. It's so certified classic. I'll never get sick of this song. I'll never get sick of this album, honestly.
Yeah.
But this song specifically, start to end, every time, never skip. So.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So for me, my last word on this one is, it took me a few listens to fully appreciate it, I would say. But once I did, I was glad because it is, I think it's a great prog rock song. I could see why they opened with this song. From what I was reading, they opened with a lot, and probably a staple, like you said. So, yeah,
you got the long intro. It sets the mood for.
Totally, yeah. Great. As soon as I hear that intro, I'll never forget it. As soon as I hear that first chord, on the mellotron, I'll be like, oh wow, Foxtrot. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
It's like it's not just a song; it reminds you of the whole album.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's great. The next one is called Timetable. I'm gonna play a clip from that. clip from Timetable. So here's my review of this song. I think it's my least favorite on the album.
Okay.
I don't think it is. It is my least favorite album, but I did like the song. Funny enough, when I first heard the album, it wasn't my least favorite. I mean, yeah, I liked it more. But the more I listened to the other songs, the more they grew on me so much that it just happened to become my least favorite, which just tells me that I like the song. In fact, I like the subject matter a lot too. It seems like it's talking about a used carved oak table as like a metaphor for like, war and death. And he's just kind of like asking the question, like, why does this keep happening every generation? It's like, that's what I get out of it. I don't know. Like, we're always fighting. There's always death. It's like the same cycle over and over again. So I appreciate that. I think the chorus is pretty good overall. The music is really good. The piano is great. It has kind of like a classical feel at the beginning. This a little bit almost salsa at the very beginning too. Actually, a little bit the way the piano sounds. Yeah. And so for me, it was a good song. There's no bad songs on this album, to be clear. It is a good song, but probably my least favorite on the record, though. What about you?
Yeah, I mean, 5 songs, it's kind of hard to like really stand up to the rest of them with this song
Mm-hmm.
because I mean, the other songs are just monumental, really.
Yeah.
So this song was written, it was written just by Tony Banks, and he kind of just had the rest of the band perform it.
Mm-hmm.
Um, which is maybe why it's not as dynamic as the other stuff. I mean, you're coming off of like Watch of the Skies too, so it's like coming back down to earth a little bit.
Right.
One thing I do like about this song, cool, which I read about recently, is that to get that like that interesting sound and like the chorus, like with the keyboard sound,
Yeah.
he actually struck the piano keys with a pick to make it sound like a harpsichord,
Oh, okay. Okay.
which is really cool, and I never knew that. Yeah, I think I agree with you, Troy, if you're not counting Horizons, because I think Horizons is kind of just like part of Supper's Ready, like you listen to
Mm-hmm.
them both every time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I would say this is probably also my least favorite on the album.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that's not really fair because it's a solid song.
It is. Yeah.
Um, it's
It
not
is a
really
good one.
it's not really like a prog song that much, so it's more of like a pop song, honestly.
Yeah, it is.
Um,
It reminded me a little bit of that Bowie album we listened to.
which one?
Um, the name is escaping me of the album.
Oh, Ziggy Stardust?
Yes. It
Yeah.
reminded me a little bit of that. When we say pop, it's like rock, but like a piano ballad, with some
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
dramatic singing over it. Reminded me a little bit of that. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's kind of unfair because I feel like Genesis and a lot of other prog bands at the time, they get, derided because they're like too excessive with the music, but it's
Mm-hmm.
like this shows that they can do like a pop song, and like
Sure.
they've showed before that they can do pop songs, they just choose not to. It's
Right.
just they'd rather artistically express themselves with different, unexplored mediums of music at this point of time. And you have to think this is from 1972, man. Like 1972. Like what was
Right.
going on? What was the scene of music in 1972, honestly? I mean, it was becoming like an explosion of a renaissance of music, but
Sure.
like 1972, man, that's 53 years ago.
Yeah.
It's crazy. And it still sounds, pretty new to this day, I think. Um, but yeah, back to Earth on this song. Yeah, I agree. It's probably my least favorite too, but it's still a solid track, I think.
Okay. Yeah. So I agree. Totally. I would say my review is the same as yours. So, let's get to the next one, which is "Get 'Em Out by Friday." Mark, the problem with this song is I want to play like every minute of it because it's I want to play like there are so many parts of it. Let me just skip for real quick for the clips. Hold on. This part's great.
The flute with like the weird like vocal part.
Yeah.
It is my sad duty to inform you.
Same building side, they sing it's alright. Beginning with the tenants of the town of Marlow. In the interest of humanity, they've been told they must go. Told they must go, go, go. I think I fixed a new deal. A dozen properties we buy and buy and sell a 34. Some are still inhabited. It's time to send the wind, let us see them. We'll have to work some.
Here's my review of the song, Mark. This was the one that out of all the songs grew on me the most. Like when I first heard it, maybe the theatrical part threw me off a little bit. But after multiple listens, it actually became one of my favorites on the album, actually.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you why. I mean, musically, the song is just incredible. Like, if you just take the theatrical part out of it, just listen to the music, it's like, it's nuts. I mean, the bass line is like sick.
I know.
Yeah, the bass line is just sick. The drumming is sick. The keyboard playing, everything is incredible on this song. But then once I started reading the lyrics, and I was like, oh wow, this is like really appropriate for what's going on right now. So it seems to be a bit of an opera or a theatrical, a bit of a play, and about rent and landlords. And by the end of the album, it seems like the landlord, there's a quote that says, "I hear the directors of genetic control have been buying all the properties that have recently been sold, taking the risks oh so bold. It said now that people will be shorter in height. They can fit twice as many people in the same building site. They say it's all right. Beginning with the tenants of the town Harlow, in the interest of humanity, they've been told they must go. They must go." And essentially, the song is really talking about genetically they have shrunk people, so they so they can basically fit more people for the same amount of money, and then they basically they just kick people out of their houses that they don't want there, you know. And it's just, and then the last part is the special part of the song, where it says, "With land in your hand, you'll be happy on earth. Then invest in the church for your heaven." So it just gets to the whole, the hypocrisy of a lot of religious people and stuff like that, especially who are, putting, and of course it's not all religious people, but putting money right over and then thinking you can buy your way into heaven through, after that. It's very interesting.
Right. Yeah.
The song is great. I mean, the summary, Mark, is it's a kick-ass song. It's a great song. I played some of my favorites. I love the ending of the song. The middle part is great. The beginning is great. Everything is great, Mark. It's a great song. What do you think?
Yeah. This is, I mean,
That's what I take out of it.
this is foreshadowing a lot of like what Gabriel did with like, having different voices for like different actors per se, like in his performances. This is also a song the first time I heard it, being like 15. I heard this when I bought this album. I heard like the first two tracks and I was like, all right, they're like pretty awesome. Then I heard this and I was like, this is like so bizarre, man. This is like listening to a play.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, I wasn't really appreciating the music at that time, but like,
Mm-hmm.
Subsequent listens, like 20 years later, like I've probably listened to this album over 100 times, like easy.
Mm-hmm.
It really never gets old to me, honestly. It's got so many great parts to it, like like Mike Rutherford's bass. I think his bass is pretty underrated on this album. It's something that never really gets talked about. He's kind of just like, in the mix basically and gets like drowned out by everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but like Tony Banks like keyboard work on this song is incredible. The flute is great on this song. Like the silly like vocal soliloquies that he does in like the middle, like with
Mm-hmm.
the Winkler. It's
Right.
so good. How it fits in, like how he sings it, like fitting with like the music too, like the verses.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's probably not easy to put vocals on top of that, like a really like progressive like verse, like the do 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 do, and then like the do 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 do, like it's just I don't know. It's weird how it all fits together, but it seems like it shouldn't, is what I'm trying to say,
Yep.
but it does. And like the topic of the song is like incredibly relevant still today.
Right.
I mean, obviously not shrinking people down so you can make more room, but
Right.
like evicting tenants, raising people's rents, like trying
Mm-hmm.
to move them out of a nice building into a shittier one, like just like it's just it's always going to be relevant, and especially
Yeah.
now, it's just with the way the world is and how expensive things have gotten, it's just it's relevant, and
Sure.
I think it's a standout on the album. I don't know if I could rank the tracks on this album. I think that would be way too hard for me. Um, but I love this song very much, and I'll never get sick of it. I'll never get sick of any song on this album. So, and I'm glad you liked it too, because I feel like this is probably a tougher one to get into. So,
Like I said, it was probably my least favorite on the first listen, and now it became one of my favorites after the 13th listen. So
13 listens.
yeah. So yeah. So you can't
Sounds.
say I don't try, Mark, is what I said. If you tell me
I
to
mean,
listen to
13,
something.
13 listens. I hope you liked it after all that.
So yeah, it was yeah, a great song. The next one is Can Utility and the Coastliners. I am going to play, instead of just playing the beginning, I'm going to play the middle part, actually.
That's a great idea. Yeah, I was gonna say go back a little bit more.
All right.
There you go. Steve Hackett is such an underrated guitarist, man. Some of his melodies are just so good.
Yeah.
But he forced a smile even though his hopes they dashed where offerings fell.
Well, that was a clip from the.
Oh no, you cut it off there. No, no, don't cut it off there.
All right, I'll go back. Okay.
No.
But he forced a smile even though his hopes
The
they
best part of
dashed
the
where
song.
offerings fell. Where they fell.
All right, well, that was a clip from Can Utility and the Coastliners. Yeah, Mark, this song is great. I mean, we just listened to a few minutes of some epicness. The beginning of the song is cool, but once it gets into like 2 minutes into it, till the end, it takes to another level. It's one of the best parts of the album, actually. The last 3 minutes. Yeah, lyrically, I wasn't as sure what this one was about, but I can tell you the music is great. I love the music, and yeah, I read it was about King Canute, but I don't know much about that. So maybe if you know, you can tell me. But all I can say is the music, though, it's killer. This is another great song on the album. A little shorter compared to some of the other songs, but it's nice to put a 5-minute tune in the middle of an 8-minute and a 24-minute song. So it's almost like a little bit of a relief, So yeah, I love where it's placed on the album. Actually, after Get 'Em Out by Friday, you got this jamming tune, right? It's 8.5 minutes, theatrical. You come into this, it's much more serious. It's got the great musicality in there going on. And then you go right into Horizons and A Supper's Ready. I mean, the flow of these the last songs here, the whole album is good. The only one that kind of sounds way different than the rest of the album is Timetable, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just the rest of the album does kind of have a similar sound to it. That's the one that stands out differently, I would say. So yeah, Mark, what do you think about this song?
Yeah, I mean, another one like when I was younger, I kind of didn't give it the light of day, like I just kind of just wanted to get the suppers ready when I listened to the album, but like, that middle section is just like it's so dense. Like Hackett is just I think he's one of the most underrated guitarists like in all of music, just because like, he's in like this prog band like Genesis from the 70s, and like after he leaves Genesis, he just kind of goes unnoticed, and it's just his guitar work on these albums is just so instrumental to why they're so good.
Right.
Not taking anything away from all the other members, but I think he's just like a genius with like songwriting, and because I think that he wrote a good amount of this song too. I think like in the earlier days, like he had a lot of writing parts, and I think one of the reasons he left the band is because they were kind of like he had like a lesser role in writing songs, and he got upset by that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, this and Get 'Em Out by Friday are like two just awesome middle tracks, man. Like, there's 6 songs in this album, really 5 if you don't really count Horizons. Yeah, I'm just grooving the whole time I listen to this song, and like when it gets to that middle part, I'm just like, oh man, just an explosion in my ears. It's so good.
Yeah, great, another great tune. So, like I said, out of the whole album, Timetable, which is a good song, comparatively to these songs, these songs are just great. So, let's move on. And because it is only a minute 40, might as well just play the whole tune. So here we go. actual song, Horizons. What a beautiful guitar piece. Very classical in nature. In fact, it definitely has some different classical influences going on. I have a note here, heavily influenced by Bach's Prelude of Suite Number 1 in G major. And yeah, so I think what a great way to set the mood for this epic that comes right after The Supper's Ready. There's a few different time signatures going on. There's 4/4, 2/4, and 5/4 throughout that piece. So even that one little guitar piece. Talk about progressive rock too, right? Yeah, I thought it's great. What do you think about this interlude, Horizons?
I don't even consider this a separate song. I just kind of consider this "Then Supper's Ready" like kind of in the same thing, you know.
Okay.
So I used to like put my record player on when I would go to sleep because it was right next to my bed, and I could like, you know, once it was over, I could like take the needle off and go to bed. I used to put the side 2 of this album, which is just Horizons and Supper's Ready, on like every night for like a month straight. So it's ingrained in my head forever. You know, I could just rehearse the entire song. I love it. Again, like coming back on what's his name on Steve Hackett, it's just a great little guitar piece. It's like, you know, it's less than 2 minutes long, but it's beautiful and it's amazing and we're just getting started. We're going right into the belly of the beast here in the next track. So
All right. Because this song's 24 minutes long, just gonna play different clips, I guess. And if something you want me to play, let me know. I'll play the very beginning first, just so people can hear what the beginning sounds like.
Walking across the sitting room, I turn the television off. Sitting beside you, I look into your eyes as the sound of motor cars fades in the nighttime. I swear I saw your face change. It didn't seem quite right. And it's hello, babe, with your guardian hair so blue. Hey, my baby, don't you know our love is true?
you can skip to 4 minutes if you want.
Coming closer. I know a fireman who looks after the Can't you see his food? Yes, he's here again. Can't you see his food? You
I love this right here.
sharing his peace, sign release. He's a supersonic scientist. He's a galaxy eternal sanctuary man.
The Hammond organ sounds so good on this album.
Look into my mouth, he cried. And all the children lost on many paths. I bet my life you'll walk inside. Hand in hand, land in land, with a spoonful of miracles. He's the galaxy eternal sanctuary.
All right. So that's
so-
first clip. Yep.
You want to go to like 6:20?
Okay.
I'm trying to play you like every movement here because there's like
Yeah.
there's like 7 different or 8 different movements in this song.
Yeah.
Fights begun, they've been released, killing birds. Bang, bang, bang. Bang, bang, bang.
clip? Let's see.
I wanted to hear. I
Oh.
wanted to hear the tapping right there.
Oh, okay.
Damn it, Troy.
I mean, the whole song's 24 minutes long.
I know. Yep, that's tapping, guys. 1972. six years we've been looking for it, and Van Halen 1 came out. Alright, you can go to 1042.
As Narcissus
No, that's
is
fine. Just leave it there.
turned to a flower. A flower? If you go down to Willow Farm to look for butterflies, flutterbugs, gutterflies, open your eyes. It's full of surprise. Everyone
It's all the same song, by the way, guys.
And the musical box. Oh, there's mom and dad and good and bad, and everyone's happy to be here. There's Winston Churchill dressed in drag. He used to be a British flag. Plastic bag, what a drag! The frog was a prince. The prince was a brick. The brick was an egg. The egg was a bird.
Fly away, you sweet little thing. They're hard on your tail.
Haven't you heard? Yes, we're happy as fish and gorgeous as geese and wonderfully clean in the morning. We've got everything. We're growing everything. We've got some in, we've got some out.
skip to
Got some
15.
wild things floating up. The gods of makeup swarming around. The Pied takes his children underground. Dragons coming out of the sea, shivering through the head of wisdom, looking at
going, man.
To stop it, I just think people
I
should just go listen to it because we're gonna play the whole song basically up till the end.
We're gonna have to put like a skip warning or like a skip to whatever in like the middle of this video.
Yeah, because it's a lot of time just listen to the song. But all right, Mark. Well, that part right there reminds me of
I know what you're gonna say, and I thought the same thing. Say it.
The ending of the instrumental section to Metropolis Part 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I was gonna say that in the video, dude.
Okay.
The build up it's the same. It's my god.
Yes. So yeah, I can hear that. I mean, I don't know exactly if they're influenced by this particular part, but it sounds like they are. So yeah, because it's basically both songs. You have this kind of repetitious odd time signature loop that's happening, and it just keeps building and building and building to this big crescendo. Yeah, I mean, if you like prog music, especially, progressive rock and progressive metal, that whole section, which we just listened to, and then towards even going to the end of the song, because it comes back to the original chorus again from the beginning of the song, which is just amazing. That, I mean, the I'll give you the good and the bad. Everything's good about it. Don't get me wrong. But on my first couple of listens, it took me a while to get used to the weird part of the song. The
Willow Farm.
Yeah, that part of the song, I was like, what is this part here? Because it kind of, I thought about it more later, and I'll tell you my review after 13 listens, but I'll give you my initial reaction review, I guess, now. Because I'm like, wow, like the part we just heard plus the ending is so serious, actually, and it's not goofy. This whole part right there, and the beginning isn't goofy either. That part is the only like goofy part in the song, and I'm like, okay, do you want to put a goofy part in this kind of super epic long song? Okay. I was looking into the meaning of the song, Mark, and I was reading through the lyrics, and yeah, it's quite epic, actually. It's talking about the second coming of Jesus, I believe. And I'm
that
thinking,
specific part, you mean?
The whole song.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So it's talking about like and it could be a metaphor for something else, but I think on the surface it's talking about the biblical prophecy of the Great Supper of God, which is in the Book of Revelation. Mm-hmm. So it's talking about the apocalypse. So the apocalypse happens in this song, and then there's a new Jerusalem. And that basically what happens after the apocalypse in the Book of Revelation, where all God's people go to this new city and everything, or this new world. So supper is essentially a symbolic event to spiritual completion, right? And maybe I think on the surface that's definitely what the song is talking about, but maybe you can use it as a metaphor for transitioning to spiritual enlightenment or whatever, right? Going through trials and tribulations and coming on the other side, triumphant in a way, right? So if you could take it metaphorically too, I would say. So in that sense, if you take the metaphorical angle, it's actually preferred over the non-metaphorical angle, but both are great because it's almost like telling a biblical story through a prog song, a 24-minute prog song. Another song that does that's not a prog song, that tells a straight biblical story, really an interpretation of a biblical story, is Creeping Death by Metallica. I'm not even kidding about that. That is literally a biblical story, just retold in a metal song.
Is that ancient Egypt?
Yeah, that's the Passover essentially. Yeah,
right. Yeah,
and so for me, this is kind of telling. It opens up with a couple, like talking to each other, like just sitting down at their house, right? And I think through this, what happens in the song is there's the whole rapture concept happening, right? That happens in the Book of Revelation, and they get raptured, and there's this whole apocalypse, and they come back, and there's like a new Jerusalem and everything. So that's kind of what I think the song is talking about. I mean, musically, it is just all over the place, especially that middle part. But in any good true prog epic fashion, it should be all over the place, to be fair. But yeah, I mean, that part we just heard is incredible. It's probably the best part on the whole album, to be honest with you.
It's one of the best parts in all of Genesis catalog, I think.
Yeah, I mean, that part until the end. I mean, I cut it off before the end, but that part throughout the end is so epic and just incredible that if I like, my friend is going to come over, the one I drink bourbon with, and I'm going to play him the last 8 minutes of this. I mean, I could play the whole song, but I almost just want him to hear the last 8 minutes. So he's open to hearing the whole thing.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Because if you know what's going to happen, then you can kind of maybe getting, the Willow Farm part might not be so like, what the hell at the beginning, But that Willow Farm part, maybe I was thinking about it.
I fucking love that part, dude.
Maybe it's there because like it's I don't know. I'm guessing, right? Maybe it's representing some type of psychotic break or insanity in a way, like after a war, because I think that takes place after a war, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Maybe it's like that happens and then there's like a psychotic break. I don't know, and maybe that's representing it. I'm not sure, but I'm curious as you're reading into if you've thought about it. But the point is, the song is amazing. It is. I can't wait to compare it to. I can't wait to go listen to the Yes album. You know what? We should do that soon. Maybe next week.
Which one? Close to the Edge?
Yeah, because that has another 20-some minute song on it, right? I think that's the Close to the Edge song.
Yeah.
And I want to listen to that. I've heard that song one time, but I don't remember it very well.
Yes actually have what? They have 3 epic songs, actually.
Okay.
They have Close to the Edge. They have Gates of Delirium, which is on Relayer.
Mm-hmm.
And then they have another song called Awaken, which is like later. That's not as long as those two, but yeah, but Yes, I guess has a couple of pretty big epics. But yeah, Close to the Edge is definitely the one you want to compare it to.
So I want to go listen to that whole album because I have it on vinyl. Go listen to it. Listen to Close to the Edge. Maybe listen to that record 10 times at least.
You're gonna love that record, man. I'm telling you right now. Yeah.
All right. But as far as this album goes, and as far as this song in particular goes, I mean, I don't. I have no idea how somebody could write this. I mean, I know how somebody could perform it because, like, yeah, it's difficult to perform, but it's not like impossible. You know what I mean? But I don't know how somebody could write it. You know what I mean? That's another totally a whole nother angle. So my brain just isn't that good. So when it comes to writing pieces, I can say I have no clue. I mean, I don't know how the guys in Dream Theater write this stuff. I have no idea. But this particular song, it comes out. I'm like, I don't have any idea how they wrote this. The whole song is I would call it a prog masterpiece of a prog epic. It's my favorite song on the album, for sure. Second would be probably Get 'Em Out by Friday.
Nice.
Yeah,
nice.
Probably that one. Then Watcher of the Skies.
Okay.
Horizons is an interlude, so I'm not even counting it. And then Utility, but I love that Utility and Coastline. That song is amazing. The problem is my least favorite is definitely Timetable, although I do think it's a good song.
Same.
Yeah. The other ones are almost like all just as good as each other for the most part, except Supper's Ready, which to me is the standout track on the album.
It's not really fair because the length of it is more than all 4 other songs combined. So it's like,
right.
It's like quantity over quality, basically. Well, it is quality too, but
you know what reminds me of, Mark, how epic it is and the flow of it? It reminds me of Octavarium a bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you know how Octavarium has that whole part, it's not as silly, but as this Willow Farm part, but it does have a little bit where they do the lyrics that are like the other song lyrics. There's like it's right before he has the big build up where he's like trapped inside this. Like
right.
Yeah. Before that, there's a whole build up, and he's talking about he's mentioning other song lyrics, and he's talking about like I think he mentions Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. He's like mentioning Beatles songs, and it's a little bit nonsensical. Like it sounds like it, but it actually has meaning to it because he's talking about influences and stuff like that. But the point is, it's not as kind of silly as the Willow Farms part because I think it's intentionally trying to be silly. Like it's trying to be like, you know, psychedelic, like an acid trip almost, I think, something like that. Well, I've never done acid, so I couldn't say, but that's my guess from what I'm thinking they're going for at the time. But yeah, so it reminded me a little bit of the flow of Octavarium, how it has that. It's Octavarium's 24 minutes as well. So I can guess that they were heavily influenced by this song in particular, is my guess. So yeah, what do you think, Mark? That's a lot. I talked like 10 minutes about this. What do you think?
What do I think?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, you want me to go through each movement and tell you what I think?
Sure. I
Because
mean, whatever you want. It's your
all right,
recommendation.
so it
Yeah.
starts off with Lover's Leap, which is the intro. Great intro. 12-string guitars. Excellent. Love it. Never skip it. Then it goes right into the Guaranteed Eternal Sanctuary, man, which has that nice, like, you know, little like acoustic guitar session for a couple minutes. And then it kind of comes into this like charismatic little like, you know, interlude part with like nice. I love the organ in that part, man. I think the organ sounds so good. I think it flows perfectly. His vocals are great. Um, so each movement has like a little interlude in between too, and then you get like to the I'm not gonna say this. Igniton and Itzikon and their band of merry men. Dude, what drugs were these guys doing, man? My goodness. Hopefully it was just like acid and weed because
Right.
my God. Um, so it goes into that part and it's like the kind of like, you know, the explosion of like battle and the tapping part and stuff.
Hmm.
Great part. Uh, you know, I don't know if I could pick a favorite part here or least favorite part. How dare I be so beautiful? Movement number 4 is like the slow talking about. Did you listen to the lyrics on that part?
Yes. Yeah.
They're talking about like some like creature that's sitting by a pool, and he's called human bacon. Like
Yes. Yeah.
I don't even know where to begin. So we'll just say that part's kind of just whatever. You know, it's like a slow part.
Hmm.
Then you got Willow Farm. It's like a living nursery rhyme.
Right.
Parts. The first time I heard that, I was just like, I was like you. I was like, I don't really understand why this is here.
Right.
Like, why is this here? And
Hmm.
now as I'm older and I understand and have listened to their music a lot more, and it's like pretty evident, like, especially when you listen to like Get 'Em Out by Friday and, you know, some of their other sillier stuff on other albums. It's just like, I think it's just Peter Gabriel just wanted to do like theatrics and stuff and just kind of throw like a little bone in there. Um, I love it. I think it's amazing. It's one of my favorite parts of the song. My favorite part of the song is Apocalypse and 9/8 co-starring the
Right.
delicious talents of Gabble Ratchet. All right, so it they do all the work and put the time signature there for you. It's a 9/8.
Hmm.
Um, it goes on forever. It
Yeah.
literally goes on for like 7 minutes, 6 minutes.
Yeah.
It's got like all the best parts of Genesis in it. Um, it's got explosive keyboards. The bass is great. The drums are super duper jazzy. Everything is great. When the lyrics, like the vocals kick back in, it's super dramatic and loud and like, my God, dude, it's just so good. It's so good. I think if I had to compare like my favorite parts of Genesis, this would be in like the top 3 for sure.
Okay.
Um, it's some of the best stuff they've ever done. Both eras, honestly. I love both eras of Genesis. Like I would say up until like 19, I would say Invisible Touch is their last like good album.
Hmm.
Um, but comparing Invisible Touch and this is just really not fair. It's just too different. But
Hmm.
yeah, Apocalypse and 9/8, unbelievably good. And
Hmm.
As Sure as Eggs is Eggs, which is the end too, is
Hmm.
just phenomenal. Just such a good song, man. Like I'll never get sick of it. I'll always go back to it. And it's just like nostalgic for me at this point too. And it's just I'm just I'm really happy that you liked it because, you know, with anything like this crazy and ridiculous and you know, it's something that you've never really like listened to before and
Hmm.
it's probably out of your comfort range, which is like, you know, never I'm just glad that you enjoyed it, you know. Even if you didn't like absolutely love it, I'm glad that you at least got something out of it, like at least enjoyed some of it. So
Oh, I did. I mean, I did love it, especially this last song. I mean, and the more I think about it, the more my friend comes over, I'm just going to play him the whole tune. So you're going to listen to this. So I'm not going to tell him anything about the Willow Farm parts. Let's see his reaction.
so this gets me really excited because when we eventually make other Genesis, like, that Genesis have so many good albums, and I just think that like you're just gonna like them all, and I'm really excited. Same thing with like Yes, and you already love King Crimson, so
Yeah.
it's great, man. I'm super stoked.
So I bought Selling England by the Pound. I bought Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. I haven't listened to them yet. So there's two. I bought Invisible Touch. Haven't listened to the whole thing yet. I've obviously heard the single, but so those are the ones I have, and this one. Those are the Genesis album. What is your favorite Genesis album? Just curious.
Man, that is so hard. That's like you like picking your favorite Dream Theater album, I think.
I have
Although
a
you
top
probably
two. I mean,
Okay.
Images and Scenes are my top two.
Yeah, that would be my top two too.
Yeah.
Can I give you two from each era?
Okay.
Because I don't think comparing the Phil Collins era and the Gabriel era is really fair because they're different sounds.
Okay.
All right. So I would say The Lamb and Selling England by the Pound are probably my two from the Gabriel era.
Okay.
And then from the Phil Collins era, I would say Trick of the Tail and probably Duke.
Okay.
Yeah. Either Duke,
Okay.
definitely Trick of the Tail, either Duke or Wind and Wuthering would be the second one.
All right. Here's another thing. If you could only take one Genesis album, if you could only listen to one, somebody says you're never allowed to listen to Genesis again except one album. Which one are you picking? Because I could tell you, for me, if you said that, I would pick Images and Words. That's my personal pick. Doesn't I could argue that Scenes is maybe an overall better album, but it's just that's the one I would pick.
This may be a generic answer, but I think I'm gonna go with Lamb Lies Down on Broadway.
Okay, so now I gotta listen to that apparently because I bought it and you're telling me that's your favorite.
It's completely like just it's a work of art more than an album.
Okay.
I mean, for starters, it's like an hour and a half long.
Right.
It's just it has like over 20 tracks, and it just the flow of it. I'm not even gonna. This video is way too long as it is. I can't even go into it right now. We'll talk about it when we listen to it one day.
Okay. All right.
But it's an unbelievable listening experience that everybody should listen to at least once. So yeah, I think if I had to pick one Genesis album and the rest went away, I think I would pick The Lamb.
All right. Well,
that may change tomorrow though, so who knows?
It's a teaser for another episode. Oh, well, if you're still watching this, thank you. You know what? You're probably a really cool person, especially this episode. And we're looking for cool people like you to join our free community Discord. Our Discord is our music club. It's 100% free. You can come in there and talk about any music you want, share the music you love, chat about music, geek out about music with us, with other people. Link for that will be in the pinned comment. If you like this episode, though, please give us a like. We would appreciate it. Let us know what you think of the episode, these songs. Do you like this album? Do you love the album? Do you not like it? Whatever. What are your favorite songs? Let us know in the comments. Let us know what other albums we should do. What would you want to see us do this type of analysis for? And last but not least, only about 5% of our viewers are subscribed, and it would really help out the channel if you subscribe. So if you could think about that, that would be great. Plus, there may be other content that on the channel that you might like, and there's more prog content always coming because Mark and I are big prog fans, and and as long as the channel goes, there's always gonna be prog music on. That's all I can tell you. So if you're into that, you might want to subscribe. All right. Well, Mark, thanks for suggesting this one. I appreciate it. It was a fun 13 listens. And almost 14 now after doing this one. I've heard a lot of the album through just doing this. So, yeah, we'll figure out what's going to be the next one. But probably, I don't know, should we do Lamb Lies Down on Broadway or should we do Selling England by the Pound next? What do you think we should do?
Are you asking me?
Yeah.
Let's do Selling. We should probably do Selling England by the Pound before Lamb Lies Down on Broadway.
Okay. That's good. It'll get my brain used to listen to it. So when I hear like this double album,
I would say Selling
Yeah.
Lingling by the Pound is like the overall consensus best Genesis album. That would be like the Sergeant Pepper's of Genesis, I think.
oh, I see. Okay. All right. Well, looking forward to that.
Hmm.
All right, Mark. Well, until next time.
See y'all.
See you later.